Hello, 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 and welcome to episode number 22 of Short, Fat, and Balding, a podcast by Armchair Quarterbacks for Armchair Quarterbacks. I am Travis, one of three hosts, who's going to navigate you through some sports debate for the next couple of hours. We also, as always, have Nico. Yeah, baby! Suck it, James!
What's up? Get fucked, idiot.
We also have James.
Fucking comedians.
We are comedians. Dude, you can't even be mad. We're going to talk about it, but like, what was it, 21-3? Mizzou just spanked the fucking shit out of the Bucks?
Okay. Let's fucking relax with that one.
Just saying, dude.
Let's relax.
I'm just saying the Wolverines took care of business. Anyways, we're going to talk about the New Year's Six, the college football playoff semifinal, how those games panned out, and how bowl season is ruining. Or sorry, not bowl season is not ruined. Bowl season is ruined by the transfer portal. And also, as always, we'll do our Week 17 review. And we're going to predict how the AFC East is going to pan out because we didn't see it coming. I don't think anybody did. But the Buffalo Bills are going to play the Miami Dolphins to determine the winner of the AFC East. And the AFC is so crazy that you're like, it's like win or out. So we'll dive into that. We'll talk about that. And as always, a shit ton more on this week's episode of Short.
Are we going to talk about Wander Franco ghosting the Dominican Republic authorities like a Tinder date?
Yeah, we can do that. All that and so much more on what, James?
Short, Fat, and Balding.
All right, so we'll dive right into it because obviously it's fresh on your chest. Why don't you tell us what is going on with Wander Franco?
Oh, so from what I read this morning, apparently he decided to just ghost the Dominican police. He's being held in the Dominican Republic right now, accused of a relationship with a minor. Apparently, there's several. But he arrived to the prosecutor's office at 11 a.m. and was arrested. But this is after he apparently just ghosted them. Was like, yeah, I'm not coming back.
Good.
Yeah, he's got new lawyers and hasn't played the major league since August 14th. Which you think as a pro athlete, if your goal is to get back into the league, you would be doing everything you possibly could to get this cleared up as soon as possible. Where ghosting the agency looking into you probably isn't the best look. I mean, do you think he steps foot on a baseball field again?
No.
Professionally?
No.
No chance.
Him not showing up, I think, is kind of admitting he's guilty.
Isn't this like the second story like this? Like, isn't there a guy in the NBA too?
I don't know that there's a guy in the NBA. There was a guy in the NBA. Someone was catfishing using his stuff.
Josh Giddey.
That was years ago, though.
Oh, Josh Giddey. Yeah.
Adam Silver explains why Josh Giddey can play while police investigate alleged relationship with minor. This was updated December 11th. I guess they're trying to, because he's so young, he's only 21. They're trying to determine whether or not he was, like, it was, there's like
a minor at the time.
Well, not a minor at the time, but within the age of consent. Because you know how, like, if you're with like a 17-year-old in New York, like, but you're 19, it's like okay.
21 or 21, 17 is okay. I believe that's what the law is.
Yeah, so like this, he didn't play college and he started as a
Maybe
19-year-old. So I don't know.
Oh, so they're trying to nail down when it was.
Yeah. The female is a high school student in Orange County. The age of consent in California is 18 compared to 16 in Australia and Oklahoma. So if he was like in either of the places he's from, then he'd have been fine.
I mean, you also have to figure out the details and shit behind it.
I think the age of consent in New York is 16, isn't it?
17.
Is it?
I'm
Pretty sure.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have the internet.
17 years old. Nico nailed it. So that's interesting.
Nico, why do you have that memorized, buddy?
I have random bits of information memorized of all sorts of things.
It's not hard. Sometimes I go on and like do the comparison. It's like in India, it's like 12.
That's concerning.
In Italy, it's 14.
I mean, I guess it's different culture, though.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, okay.
Oh, that. Every culture is different, I guess, is what we're saying here.
I mean, yeah, but like a 14-year-old girl is a 14-year-old girl, dude. You're not gonna fucking convince me. Dude, Europe's crazy. Europe is crazy. 14, 14, 14, 14, 14. Then Turkey's 18. Turkey. That's not the country I would have expected.
Good for Turkey. Good for Turkey.
Yeah, good for Turkey, dude. Turkey's the California of Europe, clearly. What does this mean, dude? Ukraine is 16 in practice, but not officially set by law. What does that fucking mean?
So they don't. What that means is that they don't officially have an age of consent, but it's widely spread throughout the nation as 16.
Oh, so they're gonna beat your ass if you like, even though it's not the law.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Basically, that's what I'm understanding from that, anyway.
Cool. France
It's you'll get judged, but not by a judge.
France is
That's
15.
all that means.
Germany's 14.
Oh. So there's a place in Mexico that doesn't have a set age. It just says puberty.
Oh. All right. Well, you know, we're off track. We're gonna come back. We'll come back.
Let's reel this
We're
back
gonna
in.
reel this back in before it gets
Oh.
really out of hand. We're gonna start petitioning like lawyers and shit. Anyways, so that's what's happening with Wander Franco. Basically, he's accused of having sex with a minor. He has not done a really good job of defending himself, and he has dodged his court case and then turned himself into the police, and is now being detained in the Dominican Republic. Good for him. He's doing well. We probably will not see him in the major leagues, and the Tampa Bay Rays successfully saved themselves $164 million. So good for them too. Moving on. The college football playoff semifinals were last night, and they were some of the best college football games. They probably were the best college football games of this year. Did you guys watch both of them?
So?
I fell asleep before Washington, Texas.
Before it?
I watched the end of it.
Or during it, I guess, technically.
I was like, it kicked off at like fucking 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I went to bed early last night.
Jesus, dude. You can't talk shit about Nico anymore. It's the biggest college football game of the year, and you're falling asleep at 6 o'clock. Anyways. So you caught the end of it, Nico, the Texas game?
Yeah.
Did you watch any of the Michigan?
Oh, I watched the end
saw
of
the
both games,
final.
I
I
guess.
watched like the highlights.
I'm sorry, what was that, Nico?
I said I watched the end of both games, really.
Okay. So we'll start early. Well, before that, before we even get into this, I gotta ask James, what the fuck happened to Ohio State? We addressed it in the intro, but like, what the fuck?
So
Kyle McCord?
It wasn't his fault.
Definitely wasn't because Kyle McCord wasn't playing.
You don't think so?
I mean,
Texans legend Kyle McCord.
I think it's a factor, but I don't think he's like the sole reason that they lost.
And they only put up 3 points, man.
They were out their best safety, their best linebacker, and I think what hurt them was Maserati Marv didn't play. And you got a guy who's in his second year, hasn't played a meaningful snap all year, and then is thrusted into a bowl game. I think it was a recipe for disaster. But I also called it. I said they weren't going to win that game.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I think if they're playing a bowl game, everybody who sat out's still playing. I don't think Kyle McCord says, "F this shit, I'm out and going to Syracuse." But we'll see. I guess I don't know. I don't really know what happened. I didn't watch much of it, but I knew they weren't going to win. I knew leading up to it. I knew Marv probably wasn't going to play. You have
call him
quarterback who's
friends.
Team snaps.
You're not friends with Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay.
You know what I just found out?
I knew Marv wasn't going to play. So, what'd you find out?
You know what I just found out? Marvin Harrison Jr. is really good friends with DJ Moore and Justin Fields.
So he's gonna go to Chicago?
Like on a personal level. DJ Moore and him ran track in high school together. So Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Bears confirmed.
Fuck is that behind the back? I'm sorry. Well, I mean that's cool.
I mean, he's going to the draft.
James, your audio's shit.
What the fuck?
Didn't you get a new laptop?
Yeah, I think it's because I'm not in my normal spot.
That's your Wi-Fi shit?
I'm not in my normal spot. No, I think it's because I'm literally not in my normal spot. So what had happened is my mic set up to the side, so instead of talking into the mic like I am now, I was talking like this. I don't know if that makes a difference.
I mean, it could. It sounded like you were lagging out, but it also could be like a noise gate issue.
Yeah. So.
Anyways, you were talking.
Yeah, but he's got to get drafted. I don't think the Bears are taking. Yeah, I don't think the Bears take him number one overall.
Why not?
Why not?
Part of me wonders if they're even going to. I think they're going to move on from Justin Fields.
Really?
I mean, I understand Justin Fields has played decent, but they're set up to win now. They're going to want quarterback. And I don't think.
Sounds like he's actively having a stroke.
I was just thinking the same thing.
He's like, quarterback.
Arms over your head.
Yeah.
No, my mic wasn't plugged all the way in.
Oh my god, dude.
Is this your first fucking day?
I cannot wait until we get this fucking studio set up so I can at least do a walkthrough and ensure that the basics of the fucking requirements of podcasting are done on your end.
My bad.
Yeah, that is your bad,
right,
literally. Anyways, so Marvin Harris Jr. fucking he's not going to go to Chicago. Well, actually, we're close enough where I bet you Mel Kiper has a big board. What's he got? What's he got going on?
I didn't think he did it till after the season ended.
No, he always has a projection.
Week 1, he's like, "This is my big board." And we're like, need to relax.
No, he usually does that. He 2024 NFL draft rankings. He has number 1 Caleb Williams, which is what everybody has.
Caleb.
Number 2 Marvin Harrison Jr. Number 3 Drake May. Number 4 Jaden Daniels. Number 5 Brock Bowers. Number 6 Roma Dunze. Number 7 Malik Neighbors. I'm not even gonna try and fucking pronounce that guy's name, but he's the first lineman. Offensive tackle
Ooh, over Joe Alt.
Joe Alt is number 9, yeah.
Huh.
And outside linebacker.
Yeah, this one.
Lied to.
I mean, this is.
What? Who are you going by? You going by Todd?
This is a Fan Nation NFL draft. First round projections after week 17. They have Bears taking Caleb Williams. Marvin Harrison going to. Oh, is that to the Cardinals? Yeah, to the Cardinals. They got the Giants taking in Olufashanu.
Yeah, that's the guy I was trying to
tackle,
pronounce.
Penn State.
Yeah. Washington Commanders taking Drake May. Do you really think
I think
the Patriots are going to take Jaden Daniels?
I think the Giants take him.
They're going to have to trade up. Why would they take Jaden Daniels over
right now?
They're at number 5. Why would you say the Giants would take Jaden Daniels over Olufashanu? They have like glaring weaknesses on the offensive line.
I know, and as much as
And they just paid Daniel Jones.
Yeah, they can cut him.
Yeah, honestly. As much as I know the Giants need a fucking offensive line, you can address that in free agency. I think because if you look at the Giants' last, I want to say 5 drafts, they've wasted 9 of their first 2-round picks on offensive linemen, and I think only one of them is still with the team or even worth staying with the team.
Oh.
And that being Andrew Thomas. Because you have the guys like Will Hernandez, who is with the Cardinals now, and then Evan Neal, who just fucking sucks asshole. And I know there's a few that I'm missing, but looking back at previous drafts and how the Giants have tried to address the offensive line issues and still have a shit offensive line, I think they go with a generational talent in Jaden Daniels.
That's a hot take. That is a hot take.
The thing too with offensive linemen is you never know how well they're going to translate to the NFL. So I feel like taking one in the first round is actually like a big risk.
That's any position, but okay.
That's kind of what I was getting at, is the Giants have tried and like taken all these stud offensive linemen that played great in college, but is that more the scheme that they played in? More so than like
probably a coaching issue.
How good they actually are. Yeah, it's definitely a coaching issue, and I'm well aware of that too.
I was gonna say, because if you look at the best offensive lines in football, they have like really good offensive line coaches.
Yeah, I think it's an offensive line issue as well as the coaching.
This dude's name's actually Kool-Aid?
No, it's a nickname.
That's not his real name.
Oh, okay. I was like, they have Kool-Aid McKinstry? That's a lot to take in.
It's like haha Clinton Dix. Which Georgia player do you think Philadelphia is going to take?
Shut the fuck up. According to this, they're going to take Xavier Legette, wide receiver out of South Carolina. I'm not really sure why they would take a wideout. Unless
Contract's coming up.
Unless he's a slot guy, but they got AJ Devontae.
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt to have a good slot guy.
Yeah, because that's basically what Julio Jones is right now, and they're not going to re-sign him. But I think it all depends on if Jason Kelce retires. They pick.
You think they'll go center first round?
I don't necessarily think they'll go center, but I think that they could go like edge and try, or like tackle or guard and try and move one of them to center.
Yeah, you could do that.
But that's that. But so speaking of the NFL draft and speaking of the portal and things like that, like granted, it's a tough conversation to have because next year you throw all this out the window because the entirety of the New Year's Six becomes part of the college football playoff with 12 games or 12 teams. But do you think that this year in particular, the not playing because they're declaring in the draft or the transfer portal like low key ruined bowl season because teams are playing with 1/3 their roster and shit like that?
I mean,
You have more of
yes
an
and
insight than I
no.
do.
I think teams definitely get hurt by it. But there's no real way to solve that because they can just sit out anyways.
Right.
So even if you say, hey, after your bowl game, or if you say, hey, I'm going to transfer, you can say, hey, I'm not playing in the bowl game. I'm transferring out as soon as I can. So, I mean, you can't make people play, especially if they're trying to get ready for the draft. And you tear an ACL, that's the difference between 5 years guaranteed, whatever, and maybe a 3-year deal coming in worth quarter of what you could make.
Yeah.
So I think expanding the playoff will take away some of the guys who are saying, I'm not playing in this bowl game when you have a chance to win national title and then bring yourself to a better spot. But I mean, there's nothing you can really do. Your hands are kind of tied about it. And I'm wondering how many people actually would have played regardless of the transfer portal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Tough. Nico, you were going to say something.
I mean, there's no...
No, I said you guys have more of an insight than I do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I don't... With a transfer portal, I mean, especially with like NIL, like come here for more money stuff, like it's tough. But I think almost they could... I mean, the NCAA is in charge of the rulings in the policy of the transfer portal. They could easily say like you have to play all eligible games in the year prior before entering the transfer portal. Like even if that means riding the bench, because obviously,
I mean,
the guys
technically, yes,
because they can't start, but they could easily.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the reason why McCord left. I think that's part of the reason why McCord left Ohio State is because he knew he wasn't going to be the starter next year.
Yeah, but also Kyle McCord doesn't enter the transfer portal if Ohio State's in the college football playoff.
No, if he's playing for a Natty, he's not entering the portal. I think he enters after. But again, it comes down to, can you force these guys to play these games? Are you really going to say you can't transfer because you didn't play in the Verbo
Fiesta
Potato
Bowl?
Chip Bowl or whatever the fuck it's called.
I was like, the Fiesta Bowl is a big bowl, dude. What the fuck?
I was just okay. So you didn't play in Bucky's Beaver Nugget Bowl, like
The
you know what
Cricket
I'm saying?
Celebration Bowl?
Yeah, like you can't. And I mean, like it comes down to not all bowl games are created equal. Obviously, if your team is playing a Natty championship, you're playing for a Natty championship. You're not sitting out. Obviously, if your team, and the if you're entering the draft and the only game left on, or you're entering the portal and the only game left on your schedule is, you know, St. Luke's Cricket Bowl, you have more incentive not to play in that.
Yeah.
You don't want to tear an ACL and ruin your whole next year, ruin your draft stock, or I think that's what makes it difficult because this isn't. I mean, they're getting paid, but this isn't something like. I'm trying to think how I want to word this. This isn't a team that you're going to go sign a 10-year contract with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, for some people, the loyalty to that team just isn't there.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, I mean, I would actually be against the NCAA coming out and saying something like that because then you're kind of hog tying these guys into, you know, if you want to transfer, you want to get out of a situation that's not good for you, or a situation maybe, you're having beef with coach or coordinator and it's just not good for you. They're saying, oh, you got to deal with this and risk hurting yourself and throwing away a chance at being a starter next year on this new team you're going to just so you can transfer. But then by doing that too, you'd have to take out all the opt outs. So you're saying like, say opt outs are mostly guys who are going to the draft, but
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. I think it's just a kind of a tricky thing to walk the line on.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, like I said prior to like this whole little bit here, is that it doesn't next year doesn't fucking matter because no one's gonna care about unless it's your alma mater or a school that you follow. No one's gonna care about the other bowls when you've got 12 teams playing for a national championship.
No.
So
And actually, I made it as like a joking name, but a Bucky's Beaver Nugget Bowl would be fucking awesome.
moving on, who do you
I would
think?
watch that.
Who do you guys think wins between Michigan and Washington? I think it's a good matchup. It's spicy.
Definitely
Michigan.
spicy. Um, I picked Michigan to win it all when we were first doing this, but Washington looked really good last night.
They almost lost it.
Yeah. Well, they found a way to win. Good teams find ways to win.
Yeah, I said that about the Eagles, and then look what happened. Um,
Yeah. I think it'll be a good matchup. I just hope everybody gets out of there in one piece, no big injuries, and
yeah, same.
call it a day.
I think if the I
I
think
have no
if
horse in the race.
I think it'll be Michigan, and here's why I think it'll be Michigan. The Michigan Alabama score was not indicative to what actually happened in the game. That fucking idiot muffed that pump in the first quarter and gave Alabama the ball at the 26-yard line. They blocked a kick, or they had a kick blocked on a botched snap, and they missed a field goal wide left, and they dropped two passes that were wide open with nobody within 25 yards of them. So I think if those things hit, Michigan probably blows the fucking doors off of Alabama. So with that being said, if that Wolverines team shows up, the one that got 5 sacks in the first quarter on Jalen Milroe, I think the game will be over before Washington has a chance to even get going.
Yeah, I mean, special teams has got to clean it up. There was
Absolutely.
especially that second muff punt. There was no excuse on that.
I don't even know why he
Like,
went for that. I don't know why. Like that ball was gonna land at the 8-yard line. Just risk it. I'll never
I
understand.
mean, that shit hit him square in the fucking hands.
Yeah.
That
He's
I
lucky.
watched that and I was like, dude.
He's lucky he got back to it. If he didn't get back to it, that would have cost Michigan the game.
100%.
Yeah. And he would have known that he was the reason the Wolverines didn't have a shot at the Natty.
Yep.
And that's not even the same guy that muffed the punt in the first quarter.
No, they put a second guy out there because the guy fucking muffed the punt's ass.
Yep.
But I was texting
No
you
more.
guys, like I was taught if it's inside the 15-yard line, just let it bounce. Like you're not gonna. The positions aren't that like, especially when it's landing inside the 10. The yardage isn't that much worse, where it's gonna make a huge difference. And if they get a straight up bounce and catch it on the 1, that's a fucking good punt, whatever, good play. But the odds are that it's gonna bounce into the fucking end zone. So just let it go. I don't.
Yeah.
I see it in the NFL too. These dudes fair catching the ball at the 12-yard line. Like, let it go. Just let it go. As Elsa said. Ah, fuck. Disney's gonna come after me.
Why'd
What?
you sound so depressed about that?
As I mentioned a Disney fucking IP. So yeah, so that's a sweep on Michigan winning the national championship, to which I'll be very excited. Maybe I'll go to Michigan for a ticker tape parade. I don't know. I'll definitely be buying some gear though,
Fuck it. Why not?
because it costs some money and the economy sucks. Probably my main problem.
You'd be alright.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I could just starve. That's yeah. You're right. I am trying to lose weight. Be
Just
good.
get an interview there.
What's that?
Just get an interview there.
Just get an interview there. Yeah. Hey, can you send me to the Ann Arbor office for the week? Yeah, dude. Okay, first of all, did you guys see that the Pop-Tarts Bowl, the mascot was edible?
Yes.
What?
So in the Pop-Tarts Bowl, they had the Pop-Tart
Hold up.
mascot go into a giant toaster, and then they put out a giant fucking Pop-Tart that the coach and the MVP of the game ate.
Yep. Sure did.
And hilariously, the next game after that was the Cheez-It Bowl, and the Cheez-It mascot had a sign that said, "I'm not edible, please don't eat me."
Wow.
And did you guys also know that at the Duke's Mayo Bowl, they pour mayonnaise on the coach that wins?
I did see that.
That
That's so
sounds
fucking rude, honestly.
horrific.
That sounds just like a violation of human rights.
Right. That you're right. It sounds like a war crime, is what it sounds like. You're right. That, sir, is a violation.
I would never speak to my players again. I would come back the next year and be like, y'all motherfuckers better just get on that line. We're running suicides.
Yeah, we're
Like, how many we got to run? I'm just like, I will be back when it gets dark out. See you later, boys.
You'd start telling them to figure out how many grams are in 5 gallons of fucking mayonnaise. And you're like, that's how many fucking suicides you're running.
Yeah, no. And don't get me, like, I like mayo, but no.
So yeah, to have 5 gallons of it dumped on me out of a cooler, no thanks, dude. No.
Nah, you're about to smell like mayo for the next 6 months.
Yeah, no, there's, and they it was so awkward. I was watching them pour it, like I watched them do it because the one guy I can't think of what show it was, but he's like, that feels more like a punishment. But they're like trying to like clean it up, and because mayonnaise is like inherently viscous, they like just were rubbing it into his clothes, like it just wasn't coming off. They have like these big towels. I'm like, that's not gonna get mayonnaise off you. That's not how mayonnaise comes out.
Not to mention, you're gonna have to have like 5 dudes lift that fucking thing.
Like, why wouldn't?
Oh no, you said it's 5 pounds.
Yeah.
I was thinking 5 gallons. I was like, that's a lot of fucking mayonnaise.
It is 5 gallons. I did say 5 gallons. They pour
Oh,
it out of
5 pounds. Yeah, yo,
They pour it out of one of those Gatorade jugs.
that thing's got to weigh like fucking 40 pounds. You better hold on tight.
I would legitimately throw up on the spot. I fucking hate mayonnaise.
And then they interview you with mayonnaise dripping off of you.
That's
Nah.
vile.
No, this is actually a form of torture.
Mm-mm.
The one coach from Maryland was bald, and they just poured it right on his bald head. And these coaches are smiling. I wouldn't be smiling. I get you just won a bowl and it's like a good time, haha. But
that just like
So-
gave me a full body quiver.
So to put this in perspective, Duke's mayonnaise, 1 gallon, weighs 32.4 pounds.
yeah,
No, it doesn't.
This motherfucker, that according to Amazon.
No, it doesn't.
I'm putting
Weighs 7.76 pounds.
so the 5
Why did
pounds.
There
Amazon
you
say
go.
34?
The 5 pounds.
So 5 pounds weighs 35 pounds. Nah.
5 gallons.
Actually, my guess of 40 pounds was pretty fucking spot on.
So I just sent a picture into Topics to Talk into Discord for you guys to click on because it just looks horrible. I need you guys to just.
Nah, I'm taking away every single one of their scholarships.
I would literally fight that dude I would
In
fight
the
the
suit?
dude that's just kind of standing over there laughing. Yeah.
In the suit.
I would get up and just fucking sock him right in the fucking mouth.
You just like grab the fucking. You grab the water cooler and just swing it. Just start swinging it.
Nah, I'm hugging everybody in
This
that
is
room.
funny, you fucking prick.
I'm getting my starting quarterback. You know what? That's if I'm the coach and I get put in the Duke's Mayo Bowl, I'm opting out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nah. They're like, oh, we're playing in the Duke's Mayo Bowl, and you're like, nah, I'm at the transfer portal.
You're like, I would like to self-suspend for 1 game. What do you self-suspend for? What? Oh, I took a recruit out for a cheeseburger. They're gonna come after me. We might as well just serve the punishment now.
Nah, they're like, you're playing in the Duke's Mayo Bowl, and I'm like, I got to go see a recruit over dinner. I'm paying.
Exactly.
They're just like, you can't do that.
I have to go.
I have
to go buy a house for a recruit's mom.
I don't even care, dude.
Yeah,
I bet you
no.
fucking was it North Carolina?
Sure.
It was North Carolina, West Virginia. West Virginia won.
Yeah.
Or no. I'm looking at that's basketball.
Well, there's no.
I don't know.
There's
Whatever
no Duke's
coach
Mayo
was
Bowl.
playing in that, he threw that game.
He threw that game.
What? He said, "Nah."
Let's see. I'm gonna go
no.
through. I'm gonna
What?
go through the other bowls and see if there's not a another viscous material that would be disgusting to pour on yourself. Let's see. Like, imagine if you won the Sugar Bowl.
No, Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
They just poured the fucking just straight up sugar on you. I mean, that wouldn't be so bad. It's dry. The peach.
it'd be more like having sand in your clothes.
Yeah, the peach and orange bowl where they just like chop up the fruits and pour them on you. That'd be crazy.
Wasabi Fenway Bowl. You have to put wasabi in your eye.
Well, that's actually.
I mean, if we're just torturing coaches.
I mean, if we're gonna be honest about it, though, like the wasabi is actually a cloud security platform. It's not even like the root vegetable. I know.
The Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. If you win that, your head coach has to get into a pool full of alligators. Just fight them.
You gotta wrestle a gator. The avocados from Mexico Cure Bowl. Basically just guacamole all over somebody.
Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. I'm sitting in a bowl of Frosted Flakes, and I don't even give a fuck.
What the fuck is Famous Toaster?
Give me a spoon.
Does anybody know?
Probably owned by some fucking rich white guy.
Scooter's Coffee Frisco Bowl. They pour coffee on you, but they forget to make it iced coffee. Oof.
Ooh. I'm just looking at these and thinking of torturous ways because since that's what we're doing now.
Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. They just send you to Kuwait.
Yeah, figure it out.
The famous Idaho Potato Bowl. They just pour like uncooked potatoes. You just like get a concussion. They're fucking dropping mad baked potatoes all over you.
No, they get one of those fucking clown tanks like at the fair where you have to throw the ball at the target to dunk them.
Yeah.
Except you're throwing potatoes and they get dunked into mashed potatoes.
That actually sounds fucking awesome, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like, if I had to pick...
Sign
If I had to
me
pick
up.
a substance to fall into that wasn't water, I would pick mashed potatoes. Like, that just
I ain't even
sounds...
mad about that.
Right. Honestly, like,
Our
that's...
first live event, we're making that happen.
We're going to have to invest so much into potatoes. Do you have any idea how many potatoes it would take us to fill a fucking dunk tank with mashed potatoes, dude? We'd have to buy, like, the whole stock of Walmart and Target's instant potatoes, and then just hope that's even...
You guys realize I work for a food service company, yeah?
Then, okay, we'll take the entire stock
Which
of
we could
Renzi.
do with 60 pounds.
I was going to say, what's that going to cost us, Nico? A cool 10 grand to fill the fucking dunk tank for one 45-minute clip? Cool. Worth it. We need
Texas Bowl.
We need a
You
sponsor.
have to commit tax fraud.
You have to?
You lose, you just can't file your taxes.
I'm surprised the ServPro First Responder Bowl wasn't sponsored by Damar Hamlin. He goes, oh.
And he's still favored to win comeback player of the year after playing.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
That fucking meme is hilarious. Anyways, the DirecTV Holiday Bowl, like the players just have to like glitch out in the middle of the game because like the signal gets lost.
Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl, jousting on lawnmowers.
No, they just have to dress up as mobsters.
Well, considering it's Bad Boy Mowers,
but it's also pinstripes.
Well, because it's at Yankee Stadium.
We're going off the name of the bowl, not the fucking sponsor.
No, we're going off the both.
Yeah.
All right then. So why is what I said wrong?
It's not. It's not. It's just you know that the pinstripes is referring to the Yankees because it's at Yankee Stadium.
I know it is.
AutoZone Liberty Bowl. You have to figure out why a check engine light's on in your car with your inspection due.
Well, first of all, no, I'm not going to say that. Nope.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Say it.
Just go to go. I want you to go to the bowl that was between Auburn and Maryland on Saturday, December 30th. And then I want you to just use your imagination for what I was going to say, because I'm not saying it.
I know what you're saying.
Also, it's kind of confusing that it's like the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. Because like I picture a citrusy Cheez-It, and that's hard.
No, you do it right. That'll be fine.
Well,
you do like a cilantro lime one. I bet you that's pretty
Buddy,
okay.
that's not cheesy. You can't have a cheese that doesn't have taste like cheese
into it.
Okay, what cheese are you using with cilantro lime?
Mexican blend.
Mexican blend. Okay, so do me a favor, describe that in the flavor of
I actually
chip.
gave him a Mexican cheese.
Yeah, you did the Oaxaca, right?
Oaxaca, yeah.
Yeah, Oaxaca. I never know. I just know there's an X where it shouldn't be.
When I do white people taco night, I buy the Mexican blend cheese.
Okay, well, what cheeses are in the Mexican blend? Because fun fact, I don't know if you're aware of this, but like Mexican blend isn't a cheese flavor, so I need you to give me some actual cheeses here.
Manchego.
Yeah, baby, Manchego, citrus lime.
Monterey Jack.
Okay.
Monterey Jack, cheddar, queso, quesadilla.
So I'm going to tell you right now that there is not a Mexican.
Queso is not a cheese,
and I'm also queso is just Spanish for cheese. And also I would like to inform you that there is not a Mexican person alive who uses cheddar for fucking anything. So continue.
All right. So if I'm building that Cheez-It, I'm putting it with Oh, sweet
Go on.
Jesus.
Go on.
I'm thinking. I just
Is-
want to make sure
Is raspberry a citrus?
that
No.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
no.
I just wanted to make sure. I don't fucking know the
Why
rules.
did that feel like such a trick question? Is raspberry a citrus? I'm like in my head. I'm like, no, you fucking idiot. And then I'm like,
trying
well,
to set you up. I'm like, yeah, it's heavy. Because like I was thinking, I was like, you could do raspberry and
I'm
goat
gonna go-
cheese.
Sardo, Sardario, Sardo.
Okay, well, first of all, you can't even pronounce the cheese, so you can't tell me what it tastes like.
All right, Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua?
Chihuahua is
Chihuahua.
cheese. Yeah, Chihuahua. That province names everything after themselves. The dog, the cheese.
Yeah.
Fucking the brand of hooker. So you're gonna do Chihuahua cheese flavored Cheez-Its with cilantro lime dusting?
Yes. Cheese
Okay.
it if you're listening.
Don't
Make it.
do
I
me a
still
favor.
would probably go with Oaxaca.
I was gonna say, do me a favor, Cheez-It, and don't listen. Just don't. I agree with Nico. Oaxaca is the natural choice. That's like literally what you use for like queso fundido.
Right.
I don't think
Yeah.
James really knows Mexican food that well though.
I don't think he knows food outside of steak and potatoes well.
That's not all I like. You make it sound like that's all I eat every meal.
We're still stuck on the fact that you said steak and potatoes was better than the entire gambit of Italian food.
That's just my preference. I love steak.
Yeah, so do I.
A nice
but
quality
pasta
meat.
is still
I was
like
gonna say I
the
liked
entire Italian cuisine.
right. Yeah. You can
So
have
you still think that
No,
fucking
you can-
chicken riggies are Polish? Fuck you.
Yeah, but that was wild. That was actually wild. Like I actually blocked that out because it was so fucking unhinged. But long story short, you can have
You
steak
can have steak
in
and pasta.
Italian food.
Yeah.
You didn't say steak, you fucking blithering lumberjack. You said steak and potatoes. That's a specific meal.
I like a steak and baked potato is really good to me. But I also think
But that's-
Asian Alfredo
Yeah, 'cause you are
tortellini
a
with steak in it
basic
is
white
fucking delicious
bitch.
as well.
But you said steak and you said James Cornelius
If I was a basic
Burke.
white bitch, I'd be wanting tofu.
You
And I
said
wouldn't want Italian because you can't have gluten.
said, and I quote, steak and potatoes is better than any Italian. You said that. So now you're going to backtrack
Did
it like
say
a
that.
little bitch and say, oh, I can put
No,
steak into fettuccine
stand by
alfredo.
that.
It's wrong. It's incorrect.
I stand by that. It doesn't matter what you think.
It does.
In my personal opinion, if you sit me down and say, you can have one meal, what do you want? I'm saying steak and a loaded baked potato, put it in front of my fat face.
Okay, and
And I
I'm gonna
understand
get
there
you.
are other
I'm
things.
gonna
I
get you
understand
your
that-
fucking Stanley Cup and your fucking Starbucks coffee with the fucking glitter straw because you're so fucking basic. Are you? Oh, you're a coward. You're actually a coward, is what it comes down to.
Actual.
No.
You probably don't even
How
season
is
your
that
steak.
basic? Oh, you
That
shut
is
your
the most
fucking
basic
whore
How
mouth.
is it-
fucking food
How
choice
is
you could
that even
ever have.
basic? How is that even basic? Did you really just say how is steak and potatoes basic? What do you mean? And you're not even going with like an eclectic potato option. You're not going with like that cheesy French potatoes. You're not going with like
You're
a-
not doing like. No.
Dude, I don't even care how the fucking potatoes are made. Just
no.
fucking make me
You
a
said
potato.
baked
You want to make
potato.
French fries? Fine. You want to make home fries? You want to make some fucking poutine? You want to make me some
First
fucking
of all, dude,
special
steak,
fucking kind of
steak and
tomato
French
potato?
fries. What
I
are you
don't give a
fucking
shit.
6 years old?
No, but it's a form of potato, and I was making a point.
My point is, you said steak and baked potato.
Love it.
But it's not better. That
Not
meal
better than
is not
Italian
better than
food.
every Italian food.
In my mind, that is my favorite meal. So I'm going to say that is the best
Right,
meal.
and I'm gonna tell you that's fine. You can feel that way, but it also makes you basic. Don't get mad. That's a fact.
And wrong.
You know what is gonna make you mad, James?
There's no wrong. It's my opinion.
Do you know what is gonna make you mad? When I was in
What's
Galveston,
gonna make me mad?
when I was in Galveston, Texas, there was a gentleman sitting at the table behind us at the restaurant we were at, and he ordered a
Yeah, he had a steak well done. I saw the snap, dude. I was mad.
Yeah, dude, he
I'm
ordered
mad.
he ordered. But what's worse about it is he like made the fucking waiter repeat it back to him. He was like, "I want the surf and turf, and I want the steak well done." And he's like, "Okay." He's like, "Well done." He's like, "Yep, well done." He goes, "Just want to make sure you heard me." I was like, "Well done."
Yeah, because you're fucking wrong. That's why.
As soon as
You know what? I want him to go out and apologize to fucking cows.
Yeah.
As
You
soon
know
as
what?
I got
Fuck it.
that
Here we
snap
go.
from Travis,
I'm listening.
I sent him back one of just bowling balls, and I said, "Look at all the granite."
He did. He did. Whatever, dude. I honestly thought it was like curling. That there's like some.
Yeah, no, I'm just
there's
hucking a fucking 45-pound ball down the
Yeah,
lane.
dude. I
because
thought
it's
there
made
was
out of
some
fucking
bowling
granite.
I thought there was some bowling ball mountain in fucking Mongolia or something that they just have like a quarry and they just make bowling balls out of it. I don't fucking know.
And I'm the fucking stupid
Did you watch
one.
the video I sent you?
I did actually. Also, James, fuck you. Okay, the ratio of dumb things that I say and don't know versus dumb things that you don't know is like 45-1. So yes, you're still the fucking idiot.
35-2, bitch. I've never smoked a fucking bat off a telephone pole and cracked my own fucking skull.
But that's not saying something
That's
stupid.
that has nothing to do with what he knows.
Actions speak louder than words.
Well, I'm sure it does have something to do with the things I know. I'm sure my memory was affected in some way, but that
is a fact. You don't do that and walk away with the same fucking mental status you did before you did.
Yeah,
You don't walk away going, I'm smarter now.
I'm sure I have mild CTE at this point.
Your IQ dropped 3 points that night.
Yeah, I had early onset dementia starting that day. All right, we're gonna take a little break and we're gonna jump into the NFL because there's so much to talk about. We gotta talk Cowboys, Lions. We gotta talk about the AFC East. We gotta talk about the AFC in general because that's fucking crazy. And there's just drama. So we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna refuel as in get more beer. And you guys can go pee, whatever you gotta do, and we will reconvene. BRB.
Beer sounds good. I think I'm gonna follow you.
Cool. Okay, before we jump into the NFL, I wanted to ask you guys, did you see that the Professional Women's Hockey League launched on New Year's Day?
I did.
New York won 4-0.
I feel like I knew that. My wife is a former college hockey player, and she's very big into women's hockey. She was talking about it the other night, actually.
Is she a New York fan?
For men's?
No.
By proxy.
For PWHL.
Oh, I have no idea. We haven't really talked about
it. They're calling it the original six, just like the NHL, but they have New York, Boston, Toronto, Minnesota, Montreal, and Ottawa are the starting 6 franchises. And they packed the house. They packed the barn in Toronto. I mean, Toronto got fucking dumpstered 4-0 by New York. The New York goalie had 30 shots on goal. Got a shutout to start the league. League's history is its first ever shutout. It's pretty crazy, but
Wait. You just said the New York goalie had 30 shots on goal.
Had 30 shots against her. Sorry.
Okay. That'd be a wild.
That'd be fucking nuts, yeah, dude. Yeah, could you imagine having her on your fantasy team, dude? 30 stops and 30 shots. That's fucking goated. I'll take the 28 points, my girl, plus a shutout and a win. What a day! That's basically Amari Cooper against the Texans.
30 shots. That's 3 points in our league. 30 saves. That's another.
I think it's.
Oh fuck!
I think it's 15 points. I think you get a half point per save, or maybe it might be. No, I think it's 0.1.
I think it's 0.2 per save.
Is it 0.2? Yeah, so that's 6 points.
Plus the win, plus the shutout.
Yeah, so that's another
there's
9.
another 7.
I think that's a strictly New York thing, though.
Wow.
Like, if you're a goalie for any New York team, you're gonna face at least 30 shots a night.
I mean, it's been our reality for the last 40 years.
No, because like But we're not counting the Islanders because that dude doesn't face 30 shots a night. Sorokin.
No,
fair.
I'm specifically just talking about the Rangers.
The New York Metro teams.
That was
Nobody
where my
cares
joke
about
was
the Long
coming from,
Island
but-
team.
Well, I mean, what's that?
I said nobody cares about that Long Island team.
No, yeah, they're not fucking. They're losers. I mean, they're more New York than the fucking Giants and Jets, but
We're talking about hockey. Fuck off.
The New Jersey Jets. Actually, we're getting ready to talk about football, so
Alright.
I'll allow it.
we are. I will say this in Nico's defense: the New York women's hockey team plays in Bridgeport, Connecticut. So
Yeah,
Right.
get fucked, idiot.
yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna use that as a reference
Nico,
to
I
talk shit.
really knew this league was in existence, so chill.
Wait, what?
I said, Nico said, yeah, so take that, you idiot. And I said, Nico, I barely knew this league was in existence, so chill.
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
think,
it just started yesterday.
I don't think Nico knew they were out of Bridgeport either. So
I didn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
the only reason I know that is because my sister lives one town left of Bridgeport. So
Oh, nice. Thanks for giving your sister's location away. That's pretty rude.
okay, good luck, dude. It's on the
You
fucking.
want to
It's
throw out her
literally
social
on
and her
the.
first and last?
It's literally on the Metro North, along the most populated section of the country. Good luck finding her. Anyways, NFL Week
Is that
17.
Challenger?
NFL Week 17.
Week 18. Got it.
Well, no, we're doing Week 18 picks, but Week 17 is what happened, and we always review.
Okay.
We're 22 episodes in. Have you not learned anything?
Starting out,
No. No, I forget everything listening to you.
Joe Flacco took care of business against the Jets. 309 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Can I just say, if Joe Flacco doesn't
37
win,
years old.
if Joe Flacco doesn't win Comeback Player of the Year, I'm going to riot. Like, I understand DeMar Hamlin died. I get it. Sympathize with it. Watched it. Wasn't a fan of it. But Joe Flacco came up off the couch and is like, oh, yeah, guys, I'm good. And not to mention, Joe Flacco, statistically, we're not even in the best part of his career. Postseason Joe Flacco is elite. Like,
Right.
this man, there's no way he doesn't win Comeback Player of the Year, right?
I mean,
He's not the favorite.
I think that would make the most sense, but I honestly think the league is going to give it to DeMar.
Because he was
Like,
dead and now he's not.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I understand it. And if Joe Flacco didn't come on and just be very fucking good on a team that was, let's be honest, I think he's playing better than Deshaun Watson ever has.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You have to give that to him. As a Brown.
That's a hot
As a
take
Brown.
right there.
Not with the Texans.
Okay, as a
but
Brown.
As a Brown.
As a Brown, okay.
Yeah. I should have specified that, my bad.
I knew what you meant, but
If I'm the Browns, I'm looking at Joe Flacco and going, how's the arm feel? Can you do it again next year? Like, he deserves it more than anybody. And that's coming from a fan of a team in that same division. Like, that team without him is, no, they're still good because their defense is phenomenal. But that team with him is scary. I put them right up there with the Bills on teams that I would not want to see in the postseason.
no, I would want to play the Bills. I'm sorry, the Browns. They have an absolutely terrifying defense, and when Joe Flacco's on, I mean, he's hard to stop. I mean, that Jets defense, despite the fact that it's late in the season, it's still the same defense that made Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, and fucking Patrick Mahomes look like mediocre fucking losers. And he threw 300 yards and 3 tutties on them. I mean, it's not something to be trifled with.
And with that defense, I'm not saying they're a favorite, but if the Browns won the Super Bowl, I wouldn't be overly shocked.
Neither would I.
Wouldn't be like,
Especially when
God.
you got back-to-back weeks, you got him doing what he did against the Jets. And then what Amari Cooper did 2 weeks ago against the fucking Texans is criminal. It's actually a crime. The numbers he put up.
Yeah, that was
And so,
Absolutely disgusting.
yeah, so back-to-back weeks, you got them doing things that they shouldn't be doing, and they're just getting. It seems like they're just getting better. As they're getting better at the right time, and so yeah, you're 100% right. There's not a team that you want to see, and it wouldn't be shocking to see them in the big one. Which it wouldn't be shocking, like you say that, but like it would be a little shocking to see the Browns run out during a Super Bowl. You'd be like, whoa, wait.
You know what though? If they were to go to the Super Bowl, I would be pulling for them the whole way.
Me too. I mean, I pulled for the Bengals when they went.
Yeah, but it'd be like you pulling for the Giants, the Cowboys.
I did pull for the Giants when they were going to beat when they beat the undefeated season.
Yeah, everybody other than fucking New England was cheering for or pulling for the Giants. Literally, everybody's like, "Yo, we're tired of hearing about this shit. Beat them."
I am going to
And
skip.
then Kyrie stuck a piece of gum on his bucket.
I'm going to skip Saturday because we're going to talk about that for a bit. So I'm just going to go through Sunday's slate, and then we'll come back to Saturday because we all know what happened on Saturday.
Yeah.
Let's just get it out of the way. The fucking Eagles suck. They're the worst 11-win team in NFL history. Their offense. I mean, to go.
No, hold on. We said the same thing about well, I know I did. About the 11-0 Steelers last year.
They were terrible.
They were not. They were worse than the Philadelphia Eagles are this year.
I don't know, man. The Philadelphia Eagles did just lose to the Cardinals.
That wasn't last year, was it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
I thought they limped into the playoffs last year.
The point being,
No, because they went 11-0 and then lost out.
that Kyler Murray carved up our defense for 250 yards and 3 tutties. James Conner ran for 130 yards. The Philadelphia Eagles are outscored in the last 5 weeks in the third quarter 155-7. And
Jesus.
they consistently make dog shit decisions. It is 1st and 20, and Brian Johnson goes bootleg, draw, outside run. Screen. Those were his 20 yards to go, and he goes bootleg, draw, screen. I could see the screen on first down, on 1st and 20, because they're expecting you to fucking go yard. But man, the play calling is just so fucking bad. The defense can't make any adjustment. I'm not going to sit on it all day, but they're not. I don't think they're going to get out of the first round. I think they're going to get dumpstered by whoever the fuck they play, because they're going to have to go on the road now because they lost the division by not being able to handle the fucking 4-12 Cardinals at home. But anyways,
The only two teams in the NFC East the only two teams in the NFC East.
Yes, were the Giants and the fucking Commanders. I'm aware of that. Which makes it all the more worse.
The 11-0 Steelers team was 2020, my guy.
Was it?
Either way.
They had Roethlisberger.
Either way.
Because last year, because last year it was Trubisky and Pickett. Trubisky started the season, then Pickett took over.
The fact still remains. They were a bad 11-0 team.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact still. But moving on, the Bills took care of business against the Pats, setting up for what turns out to be a spicy little matchup between the Dolphins down in Miami, where they will inevitably compete for the AFC title, or AFC East title. Sorry. So, are you guys privy to all of the scenarios of like how fucked up the AFC is right now?
Yes. Well,
I think there's only 2 teams left.
If the Bills
There's
win,
2 teams left in contention, isn't there?
Everybody's basically left in contention. If the Bills win, they obviously win the AFC East. If they lose, they could be out of the playoffs unless the Jaguars and Steelers lose. If the Jaguars or Steelers lose, if either of those teams lose, then the Bills are in. If the Jaguars lose, then the winner of the Colts-Texans game wins the AFC South. And if the Steelers lose, then the Jags win, and the Bills win, then the winner of the Colts-Texans game can still get in as a wild card. There's like 5 different scenarios in which it reverses the teams like 3 ways. It's pretty fucking crazy.
So the Bills could go down to Miami, lose, and miss the playoffs completely
Yes.
at 10-7.
Yes. Because the entire AFC South is 10-7.
And then you got Steelers and Texans are both 10-7 or 9-7,
Right.
and setting up for a wild weekend. There's only one spot left in the NFC,
Yeah.
which Rams, we were talking week 2 or 3 that they weren't going to go anywhere.
And now they're like the team
And
you don't want to face.
Travis said it before the season started.
I did.
And now they're locked into a playoff spot.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, the Rams honestly are a team that I wouldn't want to see on my fucking schedule round 1 of the playoffs.
Mm-mm.
They took care of business against the Giants barely. The Giants honestly had a chance to win that game.
Yeah, but Mason Crosby is 107 years old. He shouldn't be attempting a 54-yard kick at the end of regulation anymore.
That's fair. The Bears beat the Falcons. The Bears quietly 7-9. I thought that their season was worse than that.
Everybody did.
Yeah. The Colts took care of the Raiders. Rams, we just talked about the Giants. The Saints beat the Buccaneers. And the NFC South is so fucking annoying. It's so annoying. The fucking
Agreed.
the Buccaneers were like on a 3-game win streak. Baker Mayfield was unstoppable. He was going like 350 a game, 3 tutties. He still throws for 309 yards and 2 touchdowns, and they lose 23-13 against an offense that has been so anemic. They're actually going to diagnose it with sickle cell anemia any day. And they fucking put up 23 on them. Like 23 is not a shit ton, but it's more than that fucking offense can do. So that division's up for grabs. Good for them. Fuck the South. It's so annoying. I can't predict anything in the South except for the Panthers will inevitably lose. The 49ers and the Commanders. 49ers, I think they should have beat the Commanders by more than 17, but who am I to talk? They won 27-10. A W is a W. The Panthers get shut out in Jacksonville 26-0 without Trevor fucking Lawrence. I kept so wanting to say Travis.
You're gonna make it, bud.
I kept wanting to say Travis Etienne. That's why I was like, I'm like, that's not right. Who the fuck?
Can we just talk about CJ Beathard? He used to be a Bengal, I think.
He looks like a Bengal. He's red.
He used to be a 49er, career backup at this point. But can we just talk about the fact that James actually picked the Panthers to win that game?
Yeah, that was really fucking stupid of you.
Yeah, I had to make money moves.
Yeah, how'd that work out? It doubled my lead.
It is what it is.
Okay. The Ravens absolutely blistered the fucking Dolphins, who are another pretty fugazi 11-win team. Like, it just seems like whenever they're up against the wall, they fucking lose.
Yeah.
And they got excited because they beat the Cowboys. They were like, oh, we beat a winning team. And I'm like, but we've been saying the same thing about the Cowboys.
Right.
This whole time. Like, everybody's been saying the same damn thing. Like, I get you can only play who's on your schedule, but when you play those good teams, you got to win, and getting excited over beating a team who's in the same situation as you, and then coming back the next week and getting absolutely fucking manhandled by Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
You're not going anywhere.
No.
You, just like the Cowboys, are going to be out first round,
Lamar Jackson,
and that's all there is to it.
321 yards, 5 tutties. Jesus Christ.
And then they pulled him.
I know. They're like, you did enough. Sit down. The Texans took care of business against the Titans, 26-3. The Steelers, honestly, shockingly, went into Seattle and won that game. I mean, that's not easy to do. Najee Harris with a hell of a day. 122 yards, 2 touchdowns. The Chargers chargered 16-9, lost to the Broncos. The Bengals, they had a chance. They shut out in the second half.
They did.
But they had a chance. They lose.
I said it once and I'll say it again. Jake Browning is good, been impressive. He's not Joey B. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
And
He's not Joe Flacco.
just watching them play, like,
you guys could have signed Joe Flacco. You didn't.
like, I know. I actually said they should. But when they signed McCarron, I said they should have been playing McCarron from the jump. But
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. Jake Browning has proved himself. He'll probably get a starting gig somewhere else in a couple of years. But he's not Joey B. And I think Joey B in that game, it's
Didn't Mixon get
a
hurt?
different game. No. I don't think so. A couple people went down.
I don't know why.
I don't think Mixon was one of them.
I thought I heard that Mixon got hurt. But anyways,
No, I don't think so.
the last game before we get to the one, the Packers took care of business against the Vikings. The Vikings were a fun story for a little bit, and now they've just wheels have come off. Hopefully they do something to keep Jettis, because I don't think he wants to stay right now.
No, I think you're
Hope
right.
he comes to the Queen City.
Yeah, he's not. Why you guys cannot have T. Higgins and Justin Jefferson? I can't afford that.
I don't even care about T. Higgins. If we can get Jay Jettis, look at.
Jettis is going to the.
I take that back. I take that back. I love T.
Jettis is going to play with
Oh,
Lamar
Tuesday.
just because it's going to hurt your soul.
He goes and plays with
love
Lamar.
that more than life
not-
itself.
I'm not watching anything next year.
He goes. If Jettis ends up in a Ravens uniform, we might as well just turn the NFL off and give the fucking Lombardi to the Ravens.
Honestly, I see him going to the Chiefs.
No way. No way.
Zero chance.
They need a really good wideout.
What would be absolutely fucking unhinged, and this is like my ultimate sleeper conspiracy theory. It's not a conspiracy theory, but it'd be like the thing that I wish would happen more than anything in the world. Is Harbaugh goes to coach the Chargers, and then they sign Jettis too, and you get Herbert, Keenan Allen, and Jettis.
I would literally shit everywhere.
Dude, it'd be real hard not to watch the Chargers every week. I think he'd look good in that uniform,
Yeah.
man. Going from that Vikings purple to
I
that
think he would,
fucking
too.
baby blue, I think he'd look real good.
That powder blue, man.
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
Yeah. Dean Spanos has got he's got money to spend.
He's got to go.
He's got to go, but he's got money
Who the
to
fuck
spend.
are we kidding? He's gonna end up in a fucking Niners jersey next year. Watch.
No way, dude. They can't afford
I'll be
that.
pissed.
Yeah, no fucking.
They can afford everything, apparently.
I don't think so. I mean, they just paid Debo. They just paid Christian McCaffrey. They're going to have to pay fucking Brock Purdy. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he stays in the Vikings. It's not implausible. He does like Kirk Cousins. I just don't know if I think he leaves if they don't re-sign Kirk Cousins, because I know he's up for a contract after this year. Right here, Sports Illustrated says he's not ready to talk about his future yet, but he did talk about his love for Kirk Cousins, avoiding questions about contract. So, we'll see. But we got to talk about the elephant in the room, and not just meaning James. We might have witnessed.
You're bigger than I am.
I know. We might have witnessed the greatest.
He has a
robbery.
thyroid problem. You're just an asshole.
The greatest robbery in NFL history. The Detroit Lions drove down the field to tie the game as, in essence, time expired. I think there was 20-something seconds left. And they go for two, successfully convert on that two, and then they are called for an illegal touching because the referees stated that the offensive lineman, who was the acting tight end at the time, did not report as an eligible receiver and therefore was not allowed to be the first person to touch the ball. However, almost immediately after the game, ESPN is showing clips of Decker going out to the officials, talking to them. They're showing Jared Goff sending him over to the officials. We find out that before every game, trick plays like that are discussed with the officials so they know who's reporting, why they're reporting, when they're reporting, etc., etc., etc. Number 70, who was the one that was supposedly the one that reported, said that he never said a word to the official. I mean, it's a big scandal. So, I mean, what was your guys' take on that whole situation?
The fucking balls of steel on Dan Campbell.
Yeah, dude, he had to roll the shit out of the fucking stage.
Dude, the balls of steel to go for the win 3 separate times.
Yeah.
I think that in alone sums up the officiating this year.
Yeah, it feels like we're on a precipice.
Like, bring back the replacement refs at this point, because clearly nobody knows the fucking rules. I think if that video didn't come out, I think a lot of people would be like, oh, okay, whatever, side with the referee. But it was so obvious.
Right.
And they're saying now, well, there was 2 offensive linemen who went over to him. Like, yeah, you got to pay attention to who's talking to you. You have one job while you're on that field, and that's to pay attention to who's speaking to you and who's doing what.
Right.
The NFL sent out like rules and stuff and like a video explaining on how they wanted to do that. It's all bullshit. All right. It's the same dog and pony show we've seen all season long. The fact of the matter is, we screwed the Lions out of winning that game.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand they got demoted and they're not allowed to do the playoffs. Fine. Hit them where it hurts. Get their checkbook. You don't have a problem fining your players for speaking bad about the referees. When your referees make mistakes, give them fines. Like, there's no... And, like, I have no dog in the race, so I don't care either way. But it's one of those things where we've seen this over and over and over again, and it's a matter of time before it happens to the Bengals, or it happens to the Giants, or it happens to the Eagles.
Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a matter of time before it happens to our team.
Well, it's a matter of time before something like that happens in a playoff game.
Exactly. Or I mean, granted, I think it played with the standings. Yeah, so like if the Lions had won that game, they'd be the number 2 seed right now.
Correct. Yep.
But we see this time and time again. You've got to, like, the NFL has got to do something about it. And I understand demoting them and saying no playoff games is their punishment, but fine them.
Right.
Fine them for bad calls that are ridiculously bad, that are,
or
you weren't doing your job correctly.
Or demote them. Like, the one head referee, like, shouldn't be a head referee next season. He should be a line judge or something, or whatever the fuck. Like, he should lose his crew. The whole crew should be split up. They should get demoted. Like, they ref the 3 worst officiated games of the year. So it's clearly a trend with that group.
Oh, was it that crew?
Yeah, they ref that Kansas City Buffalo game too.
What happened in the Kansas City Buffalo game? The grounding, intentional grounding, where he like.
Yeah, and they ref the Eagles Dolphins game as well, which like there was a whole bunch of like missed face masks and pass interferences and shit.
I don't know how. So, like, the whole NFL is scripted thing.
Right.
Like, that's been a thing, and like I know the NFL has joked about it, and a lot of people, there are people out there that genuinely believe it because the NFL switched from a sports enterprise to an entertainment enterprise or something like that. But like shit like this is going to cause you to lose fans because the second people start thinking it's rigged, they're not betting on it.
Right.
A lot of people probably aren't even watching it. So you do things like this and then double down and, kind of, I don't want to say go after the players because they didn't really go after them, but you say, hey, listen, they did this wrong because they had another lineman with them. Like, yeah, if somebody goes and sees number 62 report is eligible, you're going to keep an eye on them. The whole point of a trick play is for it to be a surprise.
Right.
I don't know. I think that whole situation pisses me off because I feel like we've had this same conversation 1,000 times, and the NFL hasn't really done anything to say, hey, we're trying to fix this, or hey, we're looking at this. There's a lot of people talking about making them full time, which I didn't even know they weren't full time.
Yeah, they're not.
They're like contracted, right?
Yeah, because like a lot of them
Is
will
that how it
work.
works?
Like Ed Hockley's a lawyer. Like, well, he's retired now, but he was a full-time lawyer. Like, he would work in the office Monday through Friday, and then fly to wherever he had to go Friday night, and then referee on Sunday, and come back to the office Monday.
So they really should make them full time guys.
They should be. And so,
I mean,
you know Dean Blandino, obviously, right?
yeah,
Well, he was on the
he's the rules expert.
yeah for Fox. He was on the he was on the Dan Patrick show today, and he was saying something similar. He's like basically like the league has become too reliant on technology, and so the referees are like out of position for a lot of plays because they're relying on replay to make it up for him. But like,
We need to review this weekend.
Yeah, there's plays where replay can't make it up. Like, that's why they're missing pass interference calls. That's why they're missing holding calls. Like, because they're just out of position. So he's like, really, what we need to do is we need to make them full time, have them go through summer camps, relearn the proper way to officiate, and then use technology to ensure that every call is correct. But like, if you're in the right position in your understanding how to see the game correctly, then there's going to be a lot less missed calls, and the ones that are tight, we can use technology to make sure we get right. He's like, it shouldn't be a one and done. And he also bitched about the fact that when there are reviews, currently there's like 5 people talking, and he's like, it's impossible. He goes, it should be the replay official and the head official talking to each other. He's like, there's no reason for like there to be 5 people talking, because then it gets confusing and everybody sees a different angle, and like, that's not how it should work. And I was like,
I'd even be open to letting them challenge a penalty. Especially like the pass interferences that like they're out of.
They tried pass interference, challenging pass interferences, and it didn't work, so they stopped it. But like, it's tough when you get to challenging penalties because.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's been. I watched OBJ pull down Cam Taylor-Britt. He had him by his collar, pulled him to the ground. Well, he was falling backwards towards the pass, and they called it pass interference on the defense. Like, in that situation, that's the difference between a field goal and a touchdown in that game.
Yeah, I get it. And I don't see them going back to replay on pass interferences, but also that's a situation where maybe the referee wasn't in the right position to make the call. And I also think that in those officiating crews, somebody had to have a different angle. When they chat with each other, they need to establish a culture that like you can overrule. You can say, no, that's not what happened. Like, I saw this guy go down, and then you can have a spirited debate about it and then come to a conclusion, which I did notice this year. There's a lot more huddles. Like, I've seen a lot of flags get picked up. But unless they go, because you think about it, dude, umpires are nonstop. They go to like umpire school in the winter, and they like do simulated games, and they have like the computers up there to like judge strike zones and shit like that. Like, they're constantly improving and working on their craft. Like, the fact that the NFL is a multi-billion-dollar league that has part-time officials is just it's egregious. It's just bad.
And if you want the integrity of the game to stay or be better than what it is now, I think that's the only way you can really do it.
Right. And it serves because at the end of the day, football is the most complicated game that we play. I mean, I feel like every Sunday I learn a new fucking rule. Like this year, I learned that if you fumble the ball forward on the offense and recover it, it goes back to the spot where you fumbled from, which I had no idea that was a fucking thing. I thought if you fumbled the ball, it was a
you
live
can
ball,
advance it.
and wherever it was picked up, it's picked up. That's incorrect.
I think your miscommunication on that, it comes from like if the defense touches it. Like if they even come in contact with the ball, then it becomes their ball, and then wherever they fumble from. Because I've seen fumbles go back and forth between two teams, and then the original offensive team gains 25 yards from it.
I don't know, because I saw one this year where the guy fumbled
Here's
and like 3 people dove on it. It went through the defense's hands and they picked it up in the end zone. And the guy was like, by rule, because the offensive team recovered a fumble, then we have to go back to the point of the fumble, like blah, blah, blah. I don't know what the fucking, because I don't think because the defense never possessed it. I don't know what the fucking, either way. There's a lot of weird rules. They need to get rid of the fumble out of the end zone as a touchback rule, though. Quite frankly, I think a fumble out of bounds period should be the defense's ball. Maybe I'm tripping, but
Didn't that? I know that happened in one game this weekend.
yeah, the Cowboys game. CD Lamb fumbled out of the back of the end zone. Yeah.
No, it was out of the side of the end zone.
Oh, was it? I thought it was out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah. No, I remember seeing it out of the side of the end zone.
Maybe it's just the whole end zone as a whole, but either way, like there's a lot of advocates who are saying like a forced fumble out of bounds should be the defense's ball, because like why are you giving the ball back to the team that fumbled? Which is fair. I mean, I'm cool with that.
No, absolutely. I agree with that wholeheartedly. There we go.
It's just odd. But it just goes to saying that one of the reasons why people think the league is rigged is, well, it's A, the fact that people don't understand the rules of football, but B is the fact that the league isn't transparent. Like for the league to come out and say, oh, well, the Lions were trying to, were guilty of gamesmanship. Like everybody's guilty of gamesmanship. It's the fucking NFL, and there's seeds on the line. Like, of course, they're trying to like not give away and make it blatantly obvious to the defense that their tackle is reporting as an eligible receiver. Like, why would you want? Of course, you're going to try and make that a secret endeavor. It's the league's job to fucking understand that and assist along those lines to make sure that those things can occur. Because otherwise, what's the point in even having a guy report if he has to fucking announce it to the whole fucking stadium, which they do announce it. So like, I don't know, it's just weird. And because of that, a lot of people don't understand. And then you get the, well, fucking league's rigged and shit like that. And like, I know just from being around sports as long as I have that it would be impossible for the NFL to actually be rigged. It's just the conspiracy theory, mathematics don't add up. But anyways, James, what were you going to say?
I just looked up the rule on the fumbling.
Yeah.
In the last 2 minutes of a half or on fourth down, only the fumbling player can recover a fumble, advance, and keep the yardage. If another offensive player recovers the fumble, they still keep it, but the officials return the ball to the spot of the fumble. So that's only in the last 2 minutes of the half.
But why?
Or on fourth down.
Like, why?
I think it's to prevent like players from like intentionally fumbling.
But that's a risk. That would be like banning the onside kick. If you're intentionally fumbling, you're giving yourself the risk of losing possession of the ball. And so at the behest of that happening, you're saying, oh, well, you can fumble the ball and recover it yourself. But if like one of your linemen recovers it because you got the ball punched out from behind you, then no, you don't get the ball there. It's got to go back. And then if it's on a fourth down, it goes back. So like if the defense is doing their job and they're going for strips and they strip you and there's a melee at the line of scrimmage and they strip you prior to the line of scrimmage or to the line to gain, and there's a melee and the ball bounces around, and some edge receiver gets it 3 yards down the field past the line to gain, you fail on that fourth down try just because it's the fourth down. If it was first through third down, you would have gotten the ball there. Because it's fourth down, you don't get the ball there, despite the fact that the ball has advanced and was open for possession. during that entire melee, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. It's a stupid fucking rule.
No, I agree, but that's just the rule.
I know.
I don't.
I get that
You
it's
can't
the
change
rule.
it.
Well, you can. The rules committee meets every year. They can say, "Hey, that stupid fucking
I
fumble
can't
rule.
change it.
That stupid fucking fumble rule. Yeah, let's get rid of that." I mean, if they're going to ban the fucking tush push, they might as well get rid of that too while they're at it.
They're not going to ban the tush push.
I think they are, dude.
We're already talking
That's
about
so
it. What do you-
stupid. You can't ban that. You can't ban that for anybody can do it.
Right. Well, they're going to ban it because one
The
team's
problem
good
is
at it.
people have tried it and they're just not good at it.
Well, they're going to say it's player health. There's like 2 people got hurt. But it's whatever. But no, I mean,
You know, I'm sick of player health bullshit.
I know. It's just
You play a physical game. You're getting what you signed up for, and I'm not saying like I understand rules like don't obviously take off a fucking wide receiver's head looking at you, Kazi from the Steelers.
Yeah,
But
well, I'm right there with you. I was going to say, as far as player health, like leading with the crown of the helmet, aiming for the head, horse collars, like you can justify that under player health. To say an entire play that's existed in the league in perpetuity is being banned for player health is horse shit.
a lot of people don't like it because they can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. And people pointed out that
And they can't stop it.
when Tom Brady was in the league, he had this almost a similar percentage as Jalen Hurts, and no one said shit.
Like I don't know. And there's enough video out on it right now that somebody's got to know how to like you find a way to stop it.
Right. Well, I mean,
You know,
it's also like
that's like saying
there's mitigating factors there. I mean, how many people? How many teams have Jason Kelsey? 1. B, how many teams have a quarterback that squats 600 pounds? 1. There's your reason. Like no one takes that into account. Nobody's like, oh well, maybe it's the players that are causing the success rate and not the fact that it's the play. It's just so fucking stupid. But I mean, that's for another time. Well,
most certainly is the players because other teams have tried it and failed miserably, and nobody's been able to stop it with the Eagles.
Right, they're 93% on converting it. In the 2 times that they have been fumbles. Moving on though, we got to get our picks in. Week 18, the final week of the regular season. Feels like it just started yesterday.
Really does.
Kicking off Saturday 4:30 p.m. Steelers at the Ravens. I know it feels like it should be the Ravens is an easy pick, but man, that game is always like gritty and unpredictable.
And you got to question how many starters are the Ravens playing?
Yeah, like I wonder if they'll sit
Like, what's
Lamar.
the leash look like?
I guess we'll find
I don't
out.
know because I think they locked out or they locked up the first round bye.
Yeah, they did.
So I'm wondering if he'll get a half. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So you don't want to sit him completely, but also with his injury history, you do not want to risk that.
Correct.
I'm still going to go Ravens here.
Okay. Fair enough. Give me 1 second because I didn't do your maths.
I know I've got a 6-game lead. While you're doing that, I will be right back.
Okay. I mean, James, just want to let everybody know that you lost.
I'm going to let him pick first because I got to pick opposite teams.
You do. You do.
So I'm essentially lost. I'm 6 games back with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh my god, I'm fucking stupid. There's 16 games.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you are.
So I'm just gonna let him pick first, and I'm gonna start taking opposite teams.
I just can't believe that you pick the Panthers. It's just stupid.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah, that was a horrible idea.
And you picked against fucking Joe Flacco.
Yeah, and you no, he didn't. He picked the Browns.
No, he didn't. Oh yeah,
Yes,
he
he
did.
did.
It was the week before. Sorry.
Yeah,
It was the week
I was
before.
like,
Sorry.
I'm looking at it right now, dude. What do you fucking mean?
Sorry.
You went 7-8 last week.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's terrible. First one to 100 losses on the year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
He said, "Thank you,
Wear it with a badge of honor.
thank you." 1, 2.
I feel like my
3,
crime
4,
statistics
5,
game of the
6,
week
7,
though have
8.
always been spot on.
Fuck, I'm blanking out for a second. 43. 94. Yeah, 6-game lead, right, Nico?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody gets a dub on the Texans. So you technically went.
Yeah.
You went 500 or whatever your fucking name is.
Call me the Steelers.
So Nico is 145 and 94. James is 139 and 100, and I'm 157 and 82.
Did you say 144 or 145 for me?
145.
Okay.
Yeah, 145 and 94. That's 6 games because he's 139 and 100. So.
Yeah, I heard 144, so I just wanted to clarify.
Oh, yeah. 145, 94, 139, 100, 157, and 82. Those are the stats going into the final week. I could still technically be caught. I'm only up by 18.
12?
18 on James. You don't count because you're second place. I still wouldn't lose, technically.
Right.
No, I can't be caught. I'm up by 18. There's only 16 games, so I'm locked. I am officially.
You officially do not have to wear the suit.
I am mathematically safe. I have clinched a golf spot. So moving on to week 18. James has already picked the Ravens to start.
Yeah, likewise.
Okay. And I'm gonna go Ravens too, just because I have a pulse and a brain. But I did note that like that game historically has been pretty close, and actually Pittsburgh's favored.
It's an AFC North matchup with the Ravens may not be playing all their guys,
Right.
and the Steelers need it to get lock in a playoff spot.
Yeah,
so
you know what? I'm gonna flip my.
You know what? Give me Steelers. Give me Steelers. I think the Steelers take this one.
Yeah.
Lock in their playoff spot. You know what? Give me the Ravens.
Everybody's fucking flipping.
Another big barn burner.
I'm keeping the Ravens.
The Sunday, I heard you. The Sunday night game on Saturday. The Monday night game on Saturday. Texans at the Colts. Houston is favored by 1.5. Houston's 3-4 on the road. Colts are 4-4 at home. CJ Stroud is back, and CJ Stroud looked real fucking good on Sunday. So I'm probably gonna go Texans on this one.
I am also going Texans on this one.
Give me the Colts.
Minshew is done. Minshew is done.
Okay. heading into Saturday or Sunday, sorry. The 1:00 games. We got Browns Bengals. Cincinnati favored by 6, probably because the Browns secured their playoff spot, so they might sit people, I would assume.
That would be my guess.
Probably, yeah.
I might go Bengals on this, just because if that's the case. Bengals are playing for pride.
Do I force James to pick against the Bengals?
I mean, he said he's rooting for the Browns in the playoffs, so.
Yeah, that is true. Give me the Browns.
Bengals.
Don't be a fucking plebeian.
He's kind of got to. He's got to go for his Hail Mary.
I guess.
Vikings at the Lions. Lions are still technically in the hunt for a 2 seed, so they're not going to sit anybody because obviously if the Cowboys and Eagles both lose, they get the 2 seeds. So
I only need one of them to lose.
that's true. Well, no, they need the
James,
Cowboys
why
to
don't you
lose.
go ahead and pick this one?
Who'd you take, Nico?
He didn't.
Didn't.
Oh, who you
I'm
taking?
waiting for you. I'm not gonna let you go through with this.
You are going to let me go through with this.
I'm not.
Stop trying to kneel out the clock. Make a pick.
I can sit here all night.
Listen, I can't, so I'm going to start picking for you if that comes down to it.
Perfect. Thank you. Give us opposite teams, Trev. And since he's being a dickwad, give him the Patriots.
Okay,
And the
cool.
Panthers.
So you both picked the Browns.
No.
Those are Browns, Bengals. You both picked the Lions in this game.
No, I picked the Bengals.
No, we're doing Lions and Vikings, so I had you both picking the Lions. The Jaguars and the Titans. You both picked the Jags.
Don't be that guy.
Sorry, dude.
Please be that guy.
I'm just
If he
having-
wants to
You
be
want
that
to.
kind of guy, be that guy.
The Jets and the Patriots. I will have you flip here.
You know,
Give me the Jets there.
Already did
I
it.
was gonna say the Patriots.
I already did that. I had a feeling that's what you guys were going to do, so I went with that route. The Falcons and the Saints. This one sucks. I mean,
I'll let you pick this one for me because I have no fucking
This
clue.
does suck.
Right.
I'm gonna take the Saints.
Okay.
Dirty Birds.
They let me down last week. Fuck them.
The Buccaneers and the Panthers. I mean, you guys got to both go Bucks. You're not going to go fucking Panthers again, are you, James?
I'm not picking the Panthers.
No, I can't do it.
I was going to say you're
I'm going for broke here, and even I'm like,
if
no.
you pick the Panthers, you're already putting yourself down a game. Like it's a stupid fucking.
I want one win.
Bears at the Packers. Interesting game. Bears can play spoiler, and I feel like they like that role.
Bears.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might go Bears too.
Packers.
All right. Broncos Raiders. Broncos having benched Russell Wilson. Pending litigation.
Do you know what you just stumbled upon here?
What?
Your Week 18 crime statistic game of the week.
Hey.
This one, I decided to go with violent crime once again because I love the first 48. So, give me the Raiders.
All right. Speaking of locks, you guys have sports books, right? You guys have accounts, FanDuel and shit.
Oh yeah.
I went over and counted how many I have. It's not pretty.
It's well, I mean, that's
Fucking degen.
he's a legitimate degenerate, and that's good. Every podcast needs a degenerate, and we have a Nico, so that's good. The important thing is that for people like you, Nico, we now have a new sponsor that is partnering with the podcast. BetStamp is your one-stop shop for all of your sports books in one location. Now, I know that we went through the sign-up process, and it was really, really easy. You just go on, you link up all your accounts, so like your MGM, your Caesars, your FanDuel, your DraftKings, your Underdog, whatever other, was it?
Rivers.
Prize Picks.
Prize
Bet
Picks,
Rivers.
that's the other one, yeah. Bet Rivers. Yeah, any of those, and you link them through the BetStamp app, and it'll give you the best odds, all your tickets, everything right there in one convenient place to check it out. So say you wanted to do the crime statistics lock of the week. You can go in and you can go to that game and you can see which book is offering the best odds for it, which one has the cool parlay, blah, 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 various things that you want to check out. And you can then go into that book, make that bet, and then BetStamp will keep that bet slip in the app for you to track right there. So that way you don't have to go into each app and check on that for you. So when you use multiple sports books, you can ensure you always get access to the best available odds, which is key to the successful sports betting, even if you're James, because he's not good at that. If you want to take advantage of these benefits and support the Short Fat Bald brand, you can sign up for your sportsbook content at signupexpert.com/SFB. Nico, I got that right?
Yep, you did it.
Nailed it. Cool. So yeah, signupexpert.com/SFB, the initials of Short Fat Bald, and you can go and sign up. Use the link, get the promos. I believe they're doing promos like a $10 match and things like that for all the sports books. So you go in, you link up for as many as you can, and you help us out, you help yourself out, and you go ahead and make yourself some money. And also, if you do win the crime statistics lock of the week, you have to mail us a beer. That's a new clause I'm writing in. What do you guys say?
I'll allow it.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so make sure you email us if you
seems
do
fair.
win, and we'll tell you what kind of beer we want. We'll give you the PO box to mail that to, and that's that. But yeah, so once again, that's signupexpert.com/SFB to sign up for all your sports books via BetStamp. There is a website and there is a mobile app, Apple or Android. So go ahead and sign up now and start making that money.
Even with Russell Wilson being benched and the looming certainty of him being traded this year, I'm going to go with the Broncos.
Okay.
The Raiders just put up like 60 the other night, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, against a very bad Chargers team.
They did.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I am going to go Raiders just because I'm mad at the Broncos for treating Russell Wilson
Because
the way
it's the
they
crime
are.
statistic. It's the crime statistic game of the week, Travis. You have to go Raiders.
Okay, my bad.
Lock it in. Put the house on it.
Yeah, it's the
And then when you're doing it, use our code at betstaff.com.
Yeah.
Put the house on it. If I'm wrong, I'll give you an apology.
What?
Use the code.
I said
Use the
Use
code
code
Prime
Prime at checkout. Yeah. Seahawks at the Cardinals. Seahawks are 2.5-point faves. I'm picking the Seahawks just because
We schnocks, baby.
Yeah, Weeze Knox.
Cool. Oh, Chiefs at the Chargers. Chargers are 3
Hold up.
Really?
Chargers are favorite.
Yeah,
because
none of the starters.
Chiefs already clinched the
None of the
division,
starters for the
so
Chiefs
they're
are
not
playing.
going to fucking care.
Yeah, but Austin Stick
Not to mention they have to get ready to go on the road for the first time in Patrick Mahomes' life if they plan on winning a Super Bowl.
But Austin Stick is bad at football.
Easton.
Well, his first name's Easton, so
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's so forgettable.
we're just him and Trey Lawrence are going to go hang out later.
Trey Travis.
Trey Travis,
as you could say.
Travis Lawrence.
Yeah, Travis Lawrence. Trevor Etienne.
Yeah, I don't think Tay goes to this one.
Surprisingly, I'm going to take the Chargers.
I already had you as the Chargers. I got all.
Yeah,
You're such a fucking dick.
I got all three of us.
Can I switch mine to the Chiefs?
Yeah, you can.
Give me Taylor's boyfriend's team.
Okay. Rams 49ers. Honestly, I don't know where to go with this one. San Francisco's favored by 3.5, but man, like, it's a divisional game.
Give me the Rams.
Matt Stafford
Give me the
on
Rams.
fucking fire right now. I mean, there's no reason for the Niners to play their fucking starters. They clinched the 1 seed, so why bother?
Bang bang Niner gang.
Okay. Cowboys Commanders.
Give me the Cowboys.
Yep.
Eagles Giants. 1 Eagles. Even though they might be sitting their starters. They can't. I don't think they can win the division anymore.
Give me the Giants.
Well, I guess they can if the Cowboys lose.
Give me the Giants.
Okay.
You fucking cum dumpster.
Do you want to switch?
No,
Yeah, give me
because
the
we
Birds.
said it at the beginning. You're such a fucking scumbag.
I'm allowing
said
him
it
a
at the
chance
beginning
to
of the
fight
year, too.
back.
We said it at the beginning of the year too. You said you think that season series splits,
I did.
and I think the way that the Giants played against the Rams, and even
Nico,
with Tyrod Taylor as a
I agree with you.
what?
If it was a tight
Okay.
competition, I would have picked the Giants, but it's not, so I don't have to do that. I don't have to sully my good name. Dolphins.
No, but James is still a fucking scumbag.
So the question becomes
Fly Eagles fly.
the final pick, and just for fucking shits
Buffalo.
and giggles, because I like drama, I'm gonna make this game worth 3. Bills Dolphins.
Oh, you douchebag! Buffalo,
I know.
Buffalo.
It's for 3, you say?
It is for 3.
Give me Miami.
Nah, Buffalo's riding high.
Okay.
I know Buffalo wins this game, but
I
need
knew that it would
points.
entice you to pick against each other, which is why I did that. So
next year when we do crime statistic game of the week, it should be worth 2.
that's the Raiders, right?
Actually, no, because that's my thing. I don't want you guys getting in on my thing.
I want to make sure I highlight it. Lock of the week.
Raiders, Broncos, Raiders.
Okay, so that concludes this week's episode. Is there what did you guys learn today? Is there anything that you want to say? I'll give you the floor for a monologue if you need it.
No, I used my monologue earlier when I went after the refs.
And I've got nothing important to say other than fuck James.
That's very important to say. Should be a t-shirt.
And you know what else?
What? Yes, this is a...
Hey, Travis.
What?
Hey, Travis.
Yeah,
Both of our teams won our bowl games.
God bless. Yeah, you guys fucking dominated. Hello, this-
Nico, shut up. Until 5 minutes ago, you were a Syracuse fan, and they did not win their bowl game.
You guys picked for me, so you are the reason I'm a
who'd
Ducks fan.
I
you-
picked for him, actually.
Oh, you went with. I didn't know if you went with Oregon or Penn State.
No, he went with...
Couldn't remember
Penn
which
State
one you
lost,
decided
by
upon.
the way.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Penn State
smacked
lost
around, too.
38-25. Oregon dominated, but they played fucking Liberty, so... Yeah, dude, Michigan's playing for a championship. We're fucking Michigan fans for the week on this pod. Fuck you, James. You're doing it. I
Yep.
don't care.
Fuck you. Make him wear a jersey. Make him wear a jersey. Make him wear a jersey.
Also, for all the fucking haters in the world, I'd like to point out that this national championship that's happening right in front of your fucking eyes next year would be 2 Big Ten teams. So fuck the SEC, trash, overrated fucking conference, despite the fact that they've actually utterly dominated the Big Ten in bowl games. But where it fucking matters, in the fucking CFP, it's been all Big Ten, baby. So let's fucking go. And honestly,
It's the Big Ten Bowl.
it's a win-win for me because I love when teams that have never won. So I'll be sad if Michigan loses. I don't think they will. But if they do lose, it's okay because I like seeing teams that have never win. So good on it. At least it's not Alabama. At least it's not Georgia. At least it's not the fucking SEC. So it's a win for everybody that doesn't live in the Southeast. What'd you say?
You know what? Being Washington, did they even start the season ranked?
I think so. I think they were in the top 10.
Oh, I thought they were lower than that. But it's nice seeing a new team in there, and it's nice seeing a playoff championship doesn't have
Washington
any
West
SEC
10.
in it. Washington West End to start. Still,
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I think it'd be kind of cool to see them take it all.
Yeah, AP ranking number 10. They were number 23 on ESPN's Power Index. Yeah, so
I'm happy with it either way.
Yeah, I mean they proved themselves. They had a tough schedule, so it's going to be a good matchup. We're all going to be we all should enjoy it because it's so nice. And Paul Feinbaum being a fucking shutting the fuck up, fuck that guy. It's great. But yeah, that sums up the night, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Remember to follow us on X, Instagram, TikTok. Whoa, why am I holding on?
Before we go, we didn't learn anything, so give me a New Year's resolution you got.
I don't do that shit.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
Right.
No goals for this year. No goals. Just
I mean, Chelsea and I are going to try and buy a house, but like it all depends on the market. Like I can't control the Federal Reserve.
see. Yeah, that's fair.
You know, so it's not like a resolution. Like it's not like I'm a piece of shit if I don't do it. Like it's if they don't drop the interest rates below 9%, then I can't really do it.
No, I just wanted to know if you guys had any goals for the season or this year. That's all.
Yeah, honestly, you know what my goal
Something you're
is?
working
My
towards.
goal is, James, my goal this year is to get blackout drunk in fucking June and be in New York City for a Rangers ticker tape parade. That's my goal for this year.
Fuck yes.
I'll take that.
God, I hope that
But
happens.
my goal is to get the studio built so we can do a live video and get more fans. But it's cool. Get drunk for
That's
the
your
Rangers.
that's your
Fine.
goal, buddy. That's not my goal.
No.
Oh, as always, guys, remember to follow us on X, Instagram, TikTok,
I'm just
YouTube,
gonna fuck myself.
and everything else at Short Fat Bald Pod. Tell your friends, share the podcast, leave a review. Every single thing you do helps. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time on Short, Fat, and Balding.
Yes, I don't shit on my wife.
Begging to